about the truth about GMOs. So I'm going to pull back the veil that sort of covers this. I mentioned this last night and somebody said they appreciated it, so I'll repeat it. And that is that as a journalist, I know what happens in the newsrooms. And what happens is these public relations documents get on the journalist's desk and they're just repeated. They're not evaluated, they don't do any research. You're just getting what the companies are telling you. You're not getting independent reporting anymore. Journalism has basically abandoned that obligation. Genetically engineered foods. It's an industrial product for an industrial system. These are agrochemical companies. If you remember one thing about GMOs, remember it's all about these chemical companies and the chemicals that they use. Either they engineer a plant to withstand being sprayed repeatedly by herbicides, toxic herbicides, or they put the insecticide into the plant itself. So when you eat them, you're eating not only genetic constructs, which have been untested and are unstable, you're also getting the residues of the pesticides on the plants, or you're getting the insecticide itself because it's been genetically engineered to constantly be active in that plant. When you spray an insecticide, it can degenerate. Okay, and you might use them in your home and garden. I hope you don't. But you do have a time period when it goes away. Genetically engineered insecticidal plants don't. They're engineered to stay active constantly and in all parts of the plant. The leaves, the seeds, in the roots, in the soil. It's still alive. The process is unstable. They don't know what they're doing. There is precision when they select the genetic constructs that they want to use, but once they put together a little cassette of all these designer genes and they insert it into the plant, they use a gun, 22 caliber gun, or they use a virus or bacteria to insert it in. So it's kind of a violence in itself. They have no idea where it goes in the genome. I've seen pictures of mutations and plants that have been genetically engineered, the ones that get discarded, that are horrifying. And the way they know if it worked is they use an antibiotic-resistant marker. So you're getting antibiotic-resistant genes in your food as well. That's a problem, and they're in the environment, and they're in the waterways. They use that and they put an antibiotic on it, like tetracycline or streptocycline. It's one of the general antibiotics. And if the plant still survives, the gene survives, they go, oh, okay, that's a gene that's working. And then they grow thousands and thousands of them out. And if it looks like corn and acts like corn, and walks like corn and talks like corn, it must be corn. And they do this purposefully. They discard thousands and thousands of these experiments, and then they clone the one that looks and acts the way it's supposed to. So it's all accidental. They just hope for the best thing. 1 out of 10,000 will work, and they clone that, and they turn that into their product.